Hello boys, Cool Yoshi here, and welcome back to my playthrough of Crash Team Racing Nitro Field 100%, and literally everything. In the last episode we left off trying to beat all of Oxide's time trials, and trophies as well for the heck of it, trying to unlock the big stuff. We left off finishing Terrible Track, and now we're going to move on to Coco Park, so we're going to do that. I'm going to try and use these load screens, since they tend to be really long, to figure out where each spot is initially, just so I can figure out where the thing is. Okay, so this one is very deviously hidden at the very start of the race of Coco Park. I don't know what they were thinking about this, but this is crazy. So, turn around, head to the right, and you may see something in the pond right here. Yeah, right there. You saw it? Okay, I almost got it. I don't think it even cost any time to retry after. But you pretty much have to land on it via that, and there you go, that's the Coco Park one. Since it costs like 0 time to retry it, let's just retry it right now and get this. In case you're wondering, that Beanox crate is probably one of the worst we've had to deal with so far. Also, Coco Park's kinda tough to do a time trial on, because there's 2 big corner cuts you have to do in order to make it go well. The one on the right is probably the worst. You have to, I believe, do a dump trick over it in a normal run to do it really quick. And that I just did there skips the lawn turn of the course. Like I said, how would you ever see that box? Like, it's just one of the stupidest things ever. Like, that Beanox crate is very well hidden, if not probably the hardest Beanox crate to find in this game. That's absolutely crazy. But anyway, we broke it. There we go. It's kind of trolly, so you pretty much have to sacrifice your entire lead to go for that. Other than that, Coco Park is a pretty basic track, so that means it's probably gonna be a hard one to do, since the only way you can speed it up is by corner cutting, and corner cutting takes you through the grass, which could potentially waste some time. Oops. I did that twice in a row, wow. It's not a run unless we don't actually go to the main menu. At least we'll forget to go to the main menu and just retry. That's a dumb thing about this. The best one that you want to pick is change level, because then it saves time from picking this, so you could just pick it right then. And there we go. So the Oxide times and the trophy times are probably not going to be too far apart, seeing as how this is a pretty basic track. The only way you could save any time here is by doing the grass cut, all 3 laps. And you need drift boost in order to do it really well. At least I kind of have an idea on how to do it, so we'll try it now. It's obviously easier to do here. It wastes a lot of time initially, but when you get it good, it ends up being enough to save a whole second if you could do it good, and this is probably the better one. cutting that turn completely. So yeah, this is just basically corner cuts all the way through. That's all this track is about. Other than that, it's not the best. Other than that, it's another drift fest, and that's basically it. That's what it looks like done fast, in case you're wondering. Glad that it only took me a few tries to figure out how to do that, so now whenever I play this track from now on, I'll save around 3 seconds each lap that I do that on.
Mate, you call that racing?
There it is! 129! Sub 130 on that track, nice. Now we just straight in trophies time. So with that being good, Oxide is probably going to be like a 132, calling it. Oh wow, it's even faster. So yeah, this might be one of the more difficult ones. To be fair though, I had very bad grass cuts on a couple of them. If I get fast grass cuts on all 3 of the others, I could save a decent chunk of time from all of them. Like I said, anytime a course is basic, it's probably going to be the most difficult time trial to beat, just because the only way you can go faster is to just optimize for the corners like crazy. The reason End Trophy was really slower in comparison is because obviously he was doing the slow route. Oh, he does a jump as well. I guess that's what makes it different. Okay, I need to fail at Oxide on that part. Remember, if you get really annoyed with how your track is going, if you start failing some of the time trials, the best strategy for you to do, if you're able to keep up, is to just follow where Nitrous Oxide goes. Oh! I completely forgot this spot. The 6 did. Okay. And that's why. By following Nitrous Oxide, he will tell you where some of the more clevery shortcuts are placed, because he's a nice guy like that. I like him. Even though you might fail the race a couple of times, it's really nice to learn that, because then you'll figure out exactly where it is. Okay, I'm just gonna restart. No point in trying that again. If we could get that perfect all the races, we can get a 28 on almost each lap here. Though it's kind of tricky to get going good. Nice, okay. That's probably the best way of doing it right there. See, it didn't take us that long to learn it, and now we're already doing stuff. I don't know why Oxide goes around the right there on those 2 laps. Because clearly this is faster, so I'm saving a little bit of time on him by doing that. Oop! There, yeah. Dude, that's way faster than the strat I was doing before. In the original game, that wasn't even a shortcut, in case you're wondering. If you try and go off there in the original game, you just get respawned back. I could try it right now in the original if I wanted to. I have a PlayStation 1 copy of the original, but it probably wouldn't go down really well. And even if you fail it badly, if you jump off that one spot, you'll still get a jump boost for it because it's so high up. That's why I like that. So he doesn't know the grass cut, so yeah, I can save quite a few seconds out of that. Alright. Almost had a 26 lap, and just like that, we saved like 3 seconds on our previous best by doing that. See? That's why I say to follow Oxide if you can, because following Oxide shows you some of the sneakier shortcuts on the game. And Emperor Velo will also do a similar feint too, because he will also tell you basically what the optimal line is for the course, since Emperor Velo, of course, is super hard to beat because it's a new feint that was never in the original. Okay, so now we're in the Tiger Temple map. Another very quick one, not too really well hidden. So yeah, not too much to go through here so far. Definitely been a really fun run so far. Keep in mind, I'm not done yet. I have to do Rain Rally as well. I found out Rain Rally is actually like a survival mode. We'll do that to try and get a decent time on at least every single track. That'll probably be a lot quicker because from the looks of it, it's just a survival mode. Okay, so this one's really easy to get. It's around the first turn, and it's around the trick that you do anyway. So just go for the grass here, and around this spot, we'll just dive so on purpose. Bam! There it is. It is still cleverly hidden on the side, which could be annoying. Okay, so a clever thing the game does. When the game goes into time trial mode on this course, the shortcut permanently remains open. So now you can go here wherever the heck you want, and that's good. This is one of the hardest turns, by the way, to keep your drift boost on, because I believe you have to do a 1, 2, 3 really quick to do this. As for what's faster on this, obviously a double grass cut is faster, but it depends on the way you do it. And the reason why I say this is one of the hardest courses to keep a drift boost on is just because of the trick you saw before and the low corridors. Keeping that around pretty much requires you to do 1, 2 a couple of times perfectly in order to keep it, which I was able to keep this time, so that helps out a lot. This one's a lot easier if you jump, by the way. Oh, there we go. That was bad. That's a really long turn otherwise if you don't do that, so very important. It's also kind of tricky to drift through as well. The 1, 2, by the way, is the best way of drifting through that. So I probably lost an trophy that I don't really care. So yeah, you want to change level whenever you finish one of these. So far, these are some of the easier feints to do because the game didn't really expect you to go through that really quickly, so they more than likely made the time trials easy just so that people would struggle less in them. But the Emperor Velo trials were also added in to suit people, or even if you don't get them just right, the Emperor Velo time trials will definitely help you if you're struggling with a time trial, because they basically tell you the most optimal way for the entire course, and if you're clever enough where to drift as well. But we're not going to do that on video. And trophy is gonna be good enough for me to defeat. Yeah. That's only barely faster, by the way, by only a couple of seconds, but this is time trial. We have to save every second we get if we want to beat Oxide and trophy. Oh yeah, he's an idiot. He just goes around the long way. But then again, they probably made him do that on purpose, so Oxide is probably going to take the shortcut. Oh, jeez. That was bad. This is probably the toughest of the tricks to do. The 1-2 on that. I swear, that's really hard. Again, I have to save every second I can against Oxide if I'm gonna beat him. And for the final lap, you, I believe, want to do that, just to save time a little bit more. Other than that, though, nothing much else to do really there. That probably is going to make doing the first part of that trick a lot tougher than you would think. Okay, good. I skipped that. Nitrous Oxide. All this and he's only a 155? Goodness. Emperor Reveal time trial is probably going to be a little bit more tough for that. Guess I wasn't kidding when I said that triple trick is faster. It's not by much though, and I may end up going the slow way a little bit on purpose to make things a little bit easy. Again, all these tricks that I initially learned, I learned by literally just watching the speedrun of the original game. So I'm trying to copy exactly what everyone else does. Right there, that's like probably the biggest one if you can pull it off. Just look how much that cuts. Kind of interesting that they didn't catch that initially when making the Oxide time trial. Of course, Beanox probably knows about it, so Emperor Reveal's probably gonna go that way, because, yeah. In case you're wondering, circuits like that would almost never work in Mario Kart. However, they aren't easy. It's just that in order to do them in Mario Kart, you normally use a mushroom item to do them. In this game, you don't have a mushroom, so you have to come up with other clever ways of doing that. Thankfully, it so happens that this game's hop in particular lets you keep speed through grassy sections if you jump perfectly. So that's probably the big trick for you guys to learn. If you plan on doing grass cuts, if you jump while you're doing the grass cut with perfect timing, it's possible to keep your entire speed through that, even though you are going in the out of bounds area. It's actually kind of busted, because if you were to do the same thing in Mario Kart, you just instantly lose speed when you hit the ground. But yeah, that's definitely something for you guys to learn. And just like that, we got 1 for assist. That's one of the easiest Oxide time trials. Kind of interesting that they did not know to do that in the original. I will say, though, I'm probably not done yet. It's gonna probably get a lot harder soon. In fact, right now it's probably gonna get trickier. Papu's Pyramid is up next. Ugh. Remember that, boy? Papu's Pyramid is the bad one, in case you are wondering. Papu's Pyramid Beanox crate I may have already got, but I need to check each one just to make sure. So we'll go the slow way initially. Now, Papu's Pyramid is where things get a little bit tougher, if you remember the time trials before. It's not as bad here, like I said, but it's definitely a lot more challenge. The particular part is this. In order to go fast, I found out that you have to do a 1-2 on each of these spots and otherwise jump trick everything. So, yeah, good luck doing this track fast on that part. That's objectively one of the worst turn sets to do in the game, especially for a speed character like Dingodile. Dingodile just has terrible time doing it. And also there's the plants to evade. In case you're wondering, if you go back here, this is where the Beanox crate was hidden. I actually found it kind of early on. I was kind of doing a regular run and found it while I was doing runs, so I decided to just break it. I think it was when I was actually doing my relic races that I did that. But yeah, you do still want to do drift boost here, but it's only like 1 or 2 at a time, so yeah, that part's really hard. Also, if you want to go really fast, you can go for the plants as well. Obviously, that's not the best idea, seeing as how the plants are crazy. And by the way, in case you're wondering, I don't go that way on the left right there because, in case you didn't see one of my earlier videos, or I don't know, but there's a small glitch that still exists, I believe, in that spot, where if your character runs into a plant on that spot while you're jumping up at a highward angle, I could just, I guess, attempt it since I won't waste any time to show you. It's possible for the plant to eat you in midair if it's on the right cycle. You just get teleported into it, which is really dumb because in order to go fast on that, you need the jump in order to cut that corner really good. So the only way you can evade it is just go around. And I believe that happens when you don't jump, I believe, on that spot. I've had it happen once, and there's, I believe, a silly clip on YouTube somewhere in one of the videos that it happened to. He literally jumps off the track, and then he gets teleported into the plant because it happens to be on its bad cycle. It'll do that to you if you're not good. But anyway, other than that, Papu's Pyramid is definitely one of the scarier ones, because in order to do it optimally, you have to take the tricks on 3 laps in a row. You lose lots of time if you do that, so this is another one of those where we have to do it 3 times in a row. If we fail even one corner cut or something else, we have to restart the entire race. It's really painful. For end trophy, we have a little bit of leeway to get away with, but still not very good. And of course, we have to not get stuck on this like 3 tabs as well. To be fair, this is probably the hardest turret in the game, so yeah. It's actually one of the reasons why originally people wanted to use Coco originally, just because she had that extra little bit of turning you needed to get around that. But in this game, since they improved that, the Dingodile Eshel makes a lot quicker. Oh wow, and Trophy's a lot smarter. It seems like he does actually go around that. He just jumped, he just did the same jump as I did. Wow, he's improving his game quite a bit. In case you're wondering, the plants will eat you if they're lunging back a little bit. That's what you need to worry about. To be fair though, I don't think that upward part saves time really at all. Come to think of it, I don't think that lightward part saves any time at all. In fact, it more or less, I think, just wastes your time going up there. Sure, you can kind of get a drift boost from that, but I don't think it's the best. Of course, Papu's Pyramid was one of the most broken tracks in the entire original game, as there was a big skip you could do that skipped over half the track, and there's also a test where you can literally cut the corner 2 or 3 times in a row using lap skip tricks to get like a sub 1 minute time. It's absolutely insane how broken this track is. Okay, so from the looks of it, I think I found the better route there. Although it seems like that's faster, it's slower just because of the fact that the time it takes to go on there is usually not worth it. Unless you're trying to save every little second you can. I think my time loss this time was probably to the bad turns. Of course, yes, that's also means I can't just do, like, nothing. I have to get all the tricks, and I have to do that bad turn or whatever it is 3 times in a row without getting stopped. Huh. Sheesh. Well, good luck to me, I guess. Goodness. Okay, that's acceptable, I guess, but not good. And you can see there, Oxide kind of cuts that turn a little bit. Again, Oxide really helps teach you the basics of how to go really fast in the game. And in case you're wondering, you can make that drift a little bit easier by doing a jump coming up to that. Okay, that's probably the safest thing to do. Okay, so that's what I'm missing. So I could save 2 seconds by doing that shortcut, but I'm not doing it. And he's actually wasting a little bit of time by not doing that. Okay, I think I'm gonna do the grass cut on the 3rd lap. Let's see what happens here. Just like the other grass cuts, you have to jump really good in order to get it. Okay, let's just do this. Whoop! Yep, yeah, that's really fast. Oh, frick. Okay, well, that was only a second, so it doesn't matter. Remember, Oxide, we still have a small leeway, but it's not by much. And edge turn for that. Nearly a 33 there. If I had not gotten that, I could have easily gotten a 33 lap or even a 32, but nice. Nice job. We got that on our first try. Good. In case you're wondering, yes, this part is required for 100%. Again, you get an unlockable for unlockable and trophy character for being all of his times, and Oxide unlockables for being all of Oxide's time trials. So we do have to do this for sure. So now we're at Dingo's home area, Dingo Canyon. Which, by the way, has been upgraded with a couple of nods to crash free. Oh, okay, so this Beanox crate is very cleverly hidden. Again, in the waterfall this time. You literally have to yell into the waterfall in this to get that. That only happens on the last lap, so obviously we have to go through that. Now, Dingo's Canyon does have a small shortcut on the right, but than that, I don't really know how much else to optimize this strat. Alright. I didn't even get the boost there. That was stupid. I may actually restart for this Beanox crate because it's really hard to get, and I want to make sure that I get it. The note said you'll probably fall off if I'll probably fall off trying to get this Beanox crate, and that makes a lot of sense. But still, that was a bad attempt. I missed the zipper doing that. Okay, we got it on our second try at least. Let's go. I may end up losing. I may have not beaten End Trophy there just because of how long it took me to do that, but it's alright, it happens. I heard the break, by the way, so I did definitely get the Beanox crate. Your only chance of finding that, by the way, is the little spot on the side. That's it. The little blue glare you can see coming out of the waterfall, that's your only hint. Again, they're really clever with hiding some of these, so yeah, good luck finding them all. And again, just like before, I'm getting really sweaty by staying in here. I don't know what's going on. I think it's actually my Switch's fault this time. I'm gonna bring the Switch. Whenever the Switch is on in my room, it makes a lot of heat, and that's probably what's causing my problem. Of course. If that was in a run against Oxide, I probably would have to reset on that. Come on. I can't be doing this right now. Yeah, that one fail caught up End Trophy by quite a bit. And again, screw that, I'm restarting. That was not fun. Wow, big fail just because of a freaking armadillo. Jeez Louise, I'm suck at this game. Especially because this is End Trophy we're talking about. And I didn't even get the drift as well, wow. In case you're wondering, I lost 2 seconds already because I'm bad at drifting. Okay, now we're in the lead again. Okay. I think I just need to cut the foreigners even closer. That's really brave, just drifting through that and not even worrying about the armadillos. Okay, that time I was faster. I think I was just too slow. That's probably was the problem there. So, again, your speed heavily determines what cycles are coming up. So, if you go slow on one section, it's possible for the armadillo to be in your way. But if you play perfectly, he will not be. In fact, if you play really good, the cycles will pretty much be in the same place every single time, since the global cycle in this area just starts as soon as the level begins, and just kind of goes through as you play through it. There we go, that's much better than the last one, by the way. Again, I retry on accident. How many times have I done that now? Quite a bit. Just the load screen for this is relatively quick. Yeah, that's right. So, if you get a golden wampa, you basically get extra money. Or coins, rather. Alright, so now we have Oxide. This is decently challenging, that's for sure. Oh, and of course we're not doing mirror mode on any of these tracks. Mirror mode is just a thing they added for fun. It's not required for 100%. Mirror moding all tracks would take long. If it's required for 100%, then yes, but we're not gonna show that off. Someone could look at a different video for that. Okay, so let's try and do this better. Okay, you know what? I did not get my drift that I wanted. I'm gonna restart that. It's a quick restart, so it's not that bad, I guess. As far as I know, hopping down this is quicker than anything else you can pull. That's probably my least favorite part right there. So now the cycles might be off by a little bit, but if I keep up, I can make it quick. I'm surprised why he didn't just cut the corner as much as he could. Oxide was kind of bad in that one regard, but otherwise, he's usually kind of a tough time trial to beat. And I'm going here, by the way, because it's slightly faster for me, just because of the way the turn is taken. Don't know why he even goes to the left, but hey, don't blame me. Okay, well that was a little bit better this time. This is one of the trickier parts probably to get right, because the water does slow you down, so you have to do a drift booster to get really quick. Okay, so those don't seem to be bothering me, so that's good. Okay, he finally took the way I did. He finally realized that it was faster. And a 33 lap to finish it off. Nice. New record as well. Alright, nice. Another kind of easy one. Took a little while to learn, but we found the right route for that. Once you learn the right route for everything, things become a lot easier. Oh, great. Polar Pass is up next. I'm not ready for this one. This one has lots of nasty chicks in it. Honestly, I don't know what will happen here. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's near the end of the track just for the final jump on the ice lake area. After, I believe it's the second jump. The second jump, that's what it looks like. Another very tricky one you wouldn't figure out anywhere else. Because I was slow, I didn't get past that seal in the time that I wanted it to be. We definitely need to practice that. Otherwise, the seal would be in a terrible position. Wow. Terrible start to this already. I'll do a drift to help make that a little bit easier. Okay, so whoops. 1, 2, jump, right, turn, bound. There it is. See, Phoenix, great. Uh-oh. Yeah, you don't have to tell. You know, Aku Aku, it'd be nice if you just tell me, oh, there's a Beanox crate there instead of that. But, can't blame him. I hate this spot in particular, going through that fast. Nice. All right. Okay, so that is definitely the fastest way of passing the seal. It's just gonna be kind of different based off of the stuff. I'm probably gonna still have to learn where that cycle is, just to be fair, because remember, this is just the first part. We haven't seen what the seal cycle will be like if we go perfectly for the choice, so we still have that to worry about. In case you were wondering, the ice throws you for a loop. Not recommended to use it unless absolutely required.
Mate, you call that racing?
Not even sub 3, but hey, we're gonna work on that next. So I probably lost time, Trophy, but it's alright. Yeah, getting the Beanox crate takes quite a bit of time out your run, but since you just open it anyways, it's a free time trial. Now we get 10 trophy. Okay, so sub 3 is still easy. I just happened to be bad at it that one time. Okay then. Well, it should be fine, I think. Okay then. Ugh, chair. Hair seeks quite a bit when I move. Nice and quick. Wow, he's taking the same line as I am. Oh, come on. I don't want to drift around that corner, please. Yeah, it's because of that fall that I wasn't able to beat End Trophy, by the way. Okay, now we're doing much better. There it is! I'm gonna consider that a restart. I don't want to continue with that. That's why you don't jump all the time. You only jump when you need to. Remember previously when I did this course so bad that I got hit by this seal right here whenever I tried to go through? Remember that? Well, now I'm fast enough to evade him, so take that, seal. I never liked them on this track anyways. They're so annoying, you know. Sure, I'll go for the drift to set up my line a little better on this. Hop trick on this. Nice hop there. That's kind of tricky to keep your drift boost through. And we got pink for this. Had to hop there for safety. Oh, see, now we're too fast for that. Thankfully, that's an easy fix from the looks of it. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, that actually works pretty well too, but not as fun as going around the other way. Oh, that was scary, what I just did there. That could have been terrible. It's probably just because my run was a fail that I wasn't able to beat Nitro one time. Because I'm definitely beating him now. Okay, staying here is probably safer. I ran out of pink a lot earlier this time. It could be very tricky to keep pink through all the race. Like I said, you're not intended to keep pink for the entire race. It's kind of a speedrun trick that you can do to keep it the entire way through. There, that's what I was trying to get before. They're gonna be moving. Ha! I knew it. So it looks like the seals aren't a problem anymore. Before I was just kind of going all over the place, but now that I know an optimal line, I know exactly where to go, so I don't have to worry. Oh, and there it goes again. I hate when my pink just ends early like that. Man. My pink just ended early. Man. Well, hey, at least it's fun. By the way, I hope my mic is fine, because that'd be kind of bad if it isn't. So, of course, with all the tricks, this is going to be probably one of the other time trials, calling it right now. Definitely a tricky one, but thankfully it didn't take me too long to optimize. Going around that, cutting each corner as much as possible is definitely fastest, but figuring out how to do it best, that's where the trick comes into play. We could definitely still save time on our race. I don't think it was perfect. Oh, he goes that way, eh? Oh, look at him. He just cut that corner like a boss. Oxide not playing around anymore. Okay, I missed that. Oh, he cut that corner. I just noticed. That's probably why I'm only 2 seconds behind him. I honestly don't know how he got so far ahead there, but we'll figure that out. And jump tricks. Nice. Okay, I kept my pink while he didn't, so I'm ahead now by a little bit. Oh wait, I could do this, I think. Oh! I think that is possible, just barely, but I missed it by a little bit. So I recognized instantly that there is one trick that I was missing, which you saw right there, and that's the polar pass shortcut. In the original game, you would just do a glitch to take a shortcut, like, really quickly, but, in this game, it's a little bit different. To cut it quest, you have to take that side instead. Maybe a drift will take it. Oh, yeah, see? It's just barely possible, though. And that's why Oxide gains so much time, so I need to figure out how to do that. Obviously, if I fall, it's an instant fail, so I have to be perfect here. You know what? I am gonna go this way. Screw it. If Oxide wants to go this way, sure, I'll follow him. Probably is pretty much just the same time as going the fast way is. Okay, you have to jump perfectly on that. Yeah, that's not a fun... I just noticed that is not a fun shortcut to take at all. How he does it, I honestly don't know. Because before that, I thought the original way I went was the fastest way to go. Oh, there we go. I just was taking it out of the bad angle. There we go. We got it. Finally. Oxide does it 3 times, too, so we have to do it 3 times as well in order to get a good time here. And the jump here to cut the corner. That was a terrible seal cycle, though. We had to adapt. That slowed down. If I didn't have that, I would probably hit him, and that would have been bad. And again, at seal. That's the worst spot for it to be in, too. Whoa! Ugh, I hate that. I hate when that jump does me in like that. And I want the speed from it too, but I just can't do it right. You know what? I'm gonna go this way again. Need to make sure I do it right this time. Yeah, that's probably safer than going the other way. Ah! I suck at this. You have to jump pretty much late on there, as you can tell. I'm glad he showed me the shortcut, but now I'm kind of more annoyed. Because all of a sudden, this became one of the hardest time trials to do in the entire game because of that. Suddenly, it goes from being really decent to now it's like, ah, frick this. To be fair, Polar Pass is really hard to begin with, so I'm not surprised. Okay, that time I got it. Not a good entry, but I honestly don't care. Because I don't have fire who's gonna probably catch up here, but it's alright. Ah. Because I was not fast enough, I got hit by that, of course. Of course, when you do the shortcut, everything changes. The seal cycles, everything is gonna be in a different spot than you're used to. Oh, come on. I lost like 2 seconds there if I'm not keeping fire for that spot. And because of it, I probably couldn't make it a jump. So, pro tip, you need drift to make that, and we didn't get it. So let's try not to suck this time. There we go, that's better. Where was that earlier when I needed it? I will never know. Okay, I got it that time. Got a drift boost out of that as well, so that helps out. Yeah, that's much better. Holy crap. I don't know what I was doing there, honestly. Okay. There he goes. Don't have to worry about that seal cycle anymore. Oh, I had to slow down there to make sure I didn't fall into water, but glad I was quick enough. Kind of a bad shortcut, but at least we didn't get stuck. I remember the first time I played the original game and couldn't even make that shortcut at all, and now I'm just making it look easy. Okay, this again. Yeah, that seems to be working better for me. Nice! That's the jump I wanted, I believe. Okay, so that didn't take me very long to get in with the shortcut, but man, that did take me a while to memorize. So this has been the worst track so far in my time trials to do correctly, just because of trying the need to do the shortcuts all perfectly. But we are out now.
Mate, you call that racing?
With a 52 final lap. That was a good lap. Alright. Well, the only other thing we can do now is get a Beanox crate and then just stop there, because we don't have enough time for another one. So it'll be the Tiny Arena Beanox crate, which I unfortunately got off screen, but you can kind of see if you're good enough. It's in, I believe, no, not the dump thing. It is in the mud pit on the left side in one of the specific spots. It's kind of interesting, I will say the least. This is also one of the longest tracks in the game, and also one of the worst for our Dingodile. Which means that time trials may actually be easier to us, but it depends. In case you're wondering, if you haven't already seen our previous videos, the way Dingodile goes through this fast is really hard. You have to jump around everything and do lots of quick jumps. The main things I know how to do are those two quick jumps are faster than doing drifts. Like, I don't start drifting until about this section, which is good because each jump does still add power to this drift, which is good. But yeah, you can see here, if you jump around, it's possible to not hit the wall. And this is where it is, right in that spot, right there. The puddle I just went through is where it is. You can always watch a Beanox crate guide video if you're not interested in seeing where that is. But yeah, since I already got it, I don't need it. In case you're wondering, you want to do a brake drift right there. That's the fastest way to go for that. Okay, I think that noise is just so loud that it makes it sound like it is the new... You aren't able to hear the normal sound effect that happens when finishing a lap. Nice brake drift in midair there. In case you're wondering, in order for Dingodile to do this course really fast, it's gonna be a lot of those required, so yeah. Which is good, because it's one course where you can't just drift around everywhere. You have to do a couple of jumps in there once in a while to make it quick. Okay, so doing that in midair seems to be the best, so I'll try and learn that. Because I definitely did not slow down there, so I think I finally figured out what it is they were doing. So if you jump while doing a turn and then press B while in midair, you will do the brake drift like you do before, but if you time it right as you get a jump boost, you'll keep your boost from earlier. You won't actually lose your boost by doing it. But it has to be in midair, otherwise your boost just ends instantly. But doing it correctly lets you save tons of time and potentially keep your boost for even the worst of the straightaways. Which is good, because we could always use some of that. Yeah, see right there, the quick turn that's because I braked in midair as I did that.
Hey, you call that racing?
Nice! And Coco is on the top there because in the original game, normally this is another track where Coco was actually faster just because she could drift lots of times and also handle on courses very well, so she was able to take turns a little bit tighter than some other characters. But now with this game's new change, Oxide is now, Dingodile is now the fastest. Okay, so anyways, this is going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed this. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment, rate, subscribe, and in the next video we'll continue attempting to defeat the opponent's time trials. Bye! Bye, see you in the next video, and peace.